Hello all and welcome to Wild Crochet Designs. My name is Mary and in today's tutorial I am bringing you this gorgeous little spider web. Now I haven't weaved in any ends because I'm going to use those ends to attach that to my security door. Very exciting when we have our funny Halloween video that I do once a year, every year around Halloween, either the same day, the day before or the day after. It doesn't matter. There's going to be a funny video uploaded. Now in the meantime guys, let's get started. What yarn did I use? Well, I used obviously not the black because you guys couldn't see the black, but I used the Brighton cotton. It is an 8 ply number 3 or a DK weight yarn in your country. It is a 50% acrylic and cotton, so you've got a half, but it doesn't matter. Any cotton, any acrylic will do. Wear and tear must be cotton and acrylic. If you use wool outside, it's not going to be very good for wear and tear. But anyway, you will need a 4mm hook, and I used the 4mm hook. You will definitely need the stitch marker for this one, definitely need it. You won't need the sewing needle for this one because we are going to attach it to our door frame on around the Halloween funny video, which you guys hopefully will be able to see as well. If you are interested in seeing last year's funny Halloween video, it'll be the very first link you see in the description box down below. I'm not going to talk anymore guys, I'm just going to let you get started making your gorgeous spider web. Yay, get excited. Good luck all. Alrighty guys, we're going to start off by making a quick slip knot, grabbing the tail end of your yarn, wrap it around your finger once and twice, holding it there and holding it down there. Pass your back loop halfway over, hold it there, pass the other loop all the way over, pop your little hook in and give it a tug. Alright, so we're going to start off by chaining 4. And a chain is yarn over your hook, pull a loop through once, yarn over twice, 3 times and 4 times. So from here you are going to pop your hook in the first chain that you did. Alright, pop it in, grab a loop and pull it through. Just pulling everything down, giving it a tug, and you can actually see that little loop right there. Pull your loop through to the loop on your hook. Hold everything there. Chain 1 and give it a gentle tug. And then in that tiny space that you made, you are doing 8 single crochets. So pop your hook in the space, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, hold it there. I'm going to grab a stitch marker that nearly fell off the table and on my lap. You didn't see that, did you? It's a blooper for a second camera if I had one. I should put one up, I really should. So you've done 1 single crochet, do a second one, third, and you're crocheting over your tail, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7 and 8. Just pop your tail at the back. We'll weave that in later. So you've got 8 single crochets across. Now in that stitch marker right there, you're going to pop your hook, pull a loop through. Just take a stitch marker out now. It's going to be hard to work with otherwise. So you've pulled your loop through, pull it through to the loop on your hook and just giving it a gentle tug. Chain 1, 2 and 3, pop your stitch marker in. Now I think it's really important to use a stitch marker on these first stitches that we do, okay? Because chains are, it's very tricky to mess with sometimes. Not always, sometimes. So now we're going to chain another 3. 1, 2 and 3. And now we're going to do a double crochet in the very next stitch. In actual fact, let me get a close-up for you so you can see that stitch. We are actually in that stitch right there. So you're going to put a double crochet in that next stitch there. So yarn over your hook, you're skipping that because we're in there. Pop your hook in the stitch with the 2 loops on top, pop your hook in there, pull a loop through, 1, 2, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Yarn over your hook, double crochet in your next, hook in, pull a loop through, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Chain 1, 2, 3. Super easy row. Double crochet in your next stitch and off you go. That's it. All it is chain 1, 2, 3, double crochet in the very next stitch all the way, 1, 2, 3 in the round. All right, and I'm not going to pop this on fast because we're nearly there. 1, 2, 3, or I'm not going to send you off on your own. We're just going to keep going. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to bring that out a bit so you can see what I'm doing, although you're going to need to see it close soon. Double crochet in your next. Just stop what you're doing and count your posts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 posts already done. All right, these are the posts. These are the stems you see right here. They're posts. That means that we're done for the round. Okay, now all we're doing here is chaining 1, 2, 3 and slip stitching. Oh, see, this is why the stitch marker came in handy. Look at all the chains. Slip stitching in the top of that chain where the slip stitch marker is, pull the loop through and pull it through to the loop on your hook. Let me take out that stitch marker. All right, from here, this is the single crochet rows 1. The single crochet round is round 1, and this is round 2, and we are now doing round 3. Chain 1, 2 and 3, grabbing your stitch marker again. Now the stitch marker is very important in this tutorial because in about 5 more rows, or rounds as it is, you're going to have chains everywhere, so it's going to be totally confusing. But for now, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a double crochet on top of the double crochet from your previous round. So right into that top stitch there. Pop your hook in, pull a loop through, 3 loops, yarn over 2, yarn over another 2 and chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me bring that out for you so you can see. And we're going straight into the very next double crochet. It's very basic, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the same as the row before, except now you're chaining 5 instead of 3. That's it. And that's pretty much how basic this spider web is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There will be differences in the larger rounds, so be prepared for that. Don't think it's going to be the same all the way through. It won't, okay? Pop your hook in, yarn over, chain 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, into your stitch. And there you go. Chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're almost there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, what have we got? We have 1 more stitch to go. So pop in your double crochet in there for now. Doing your normal double crochet. Don't do any chains yet, because what I want you to do, pop your little piece down and count your posts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're good to go. And making sure you've got chain 5 in between each post, because it will make your work lopsided if you don't. Not that it makes a difference, because spider webs can be lopsided. So if you've made a mistake and you notice it 7 rows down the track, don't change it. Okay, because spider webs are known to be lopsided. They're not perfectly round. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's that tricky slip stitch again. It's only tricky if you don't put in your stitch markers, because you have to find your 3rd chain. Now, if you're an experienced crocheter, you'll find that 3rd chain easy. But if you are new to crochet, that's going to be difficult. So keep your stitch markers in there. Pop your hook. Oh, it's very tight for me. Pop your hook in that tight stitch. pull a loop. No, I've split the stitch. You know what? I'm going to take out my stitch marker. You keep yours there if you haven't split any stitch and it's not too tight. And there you go. Pop your hook in, pull a loop through and slip stitch into the stitch that you are in. For our fourth round, the pattern is going to change slightly. We're going to chain 4 first. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and popping your stitch marker in that 4th stitch right there. Okay, then we're going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then we're going to put a treble on top of our double crochet. Now a treble means that we wrap the yarn around our hook twice instead of once. Usually we go like that and we pop our work in there. Yeah, this time what we're going to do for this whole round is yarn over the hook once and twice, and then pop it in your stitch from the row below, pull a loop through. You should have 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is very awkward. You've got to kind of like straighten it up and everything. Yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the middle 2, yarn over and pull through the last 2. All right, a little bit tricky, but it's no different than doing a double except adding an extra stitch, really, like an extra chain and an extra loop. So it's not much different. Okay, so chaining 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, yarn over your hook twice and actually hold it there because it will move when you're trying to pop it in the stitch. So hold it, pop it in your stitch like so, pull a loop through, hold everything, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yarn over twice and into your next stitch right there. All right, 2 and 2 and 2. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to let you sit here and watch me do this. I want you to head off on your own. Chain 7, treble. Chain 7, treble. Chain 7, treble. All the way across. When you get to your last treble before your stitch marker, that last one right there, wait for me there and I'll tell you what we're going to do next. Alrighty guys, here we are at the end of the row and you can start to see the web now, yeah? Well, you could start to see it before, but it looks great now. So what we're going to do, I asked you to get to that last treble there, or the double from below, and we're going to still chain up 7, all right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then we are going to slip stitch right in that stitch marker there from before. Mine is tight again. Oh, but I'm in. That's good. Pull the loop through and pull it through to the loop you are in. Take out that stitch marker. Now we're on our 5th round. Here we go. Chain 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then pop your stitch marker in there. Did that go in? It didn't even go in. Hello. Let's try that again. Hello. All right. From here, you are chaining 11. Chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, so remember how we did that yarn over our hook twice before and it kind of was a little bit tricky? Well, it's going to get even trickier. We're going to do what we call in the crochet world a double treble, where you wrap the yarn around your hook 3 times. So yarn once, twice and 3 times, holding it all there because this will move around, yeah? Grabbing your piece, your very first double crochet, I'm lying, it's a treble now. Your very first treble, pop your hook in, pull a loop through, and you should have, get this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? Yarn over your hook, pull through the first 2. You've got 4. Yarn over your hook, pull through the second 2. You've got 3. Yarn over your hook, pull through the third 2. you have 2, and yarn over your hook, pull through all of the loops on your hook. Wow, that's massive. Chain 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Once again, we're wrapping the yarn around our hook 3 times. Once, twice, and 3 times. Hold it there and jump into that stitch. Pull a loop through, holding everything. Yarn over, pull through 2, once and 2, twice and 2, 3 times, and the last 2 4 times. That's what you need to remember, that you're doing that 4 times. That is a tricky stitch, all right? So your job now is to chain 11. Do your yarn over 3 times and do your stitch in there. Chain 11 3 times, stitch in there, chain 11. Do that all the way across until you get to this post right here, this treble, and wait for me there. Now, if you're not sure what to do, just have a look at these this tutorial, this part of the tutorial again, all right? In the meantime, go ahead and finish your row and I'll meet you back here in a moment. Alrighty guys, here we are at the end of this round. Check it out. Does it not look gorgeous already? I mean, if it wasn't this small, I'd hang it up already. All right, so we're at the last, whatever you call that, double, triple, treble, double, treble. I'm going to leave that in, guys. I'm not going to edit that. We're at the last one. That's all I'm going to say. And we need to chain our 11 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now I've got the giggles. All right. So now we are going to, let's get professional again. Now we are going to, if I can get this around, slip stitch into the stitch with our stitch marker in it. No, wait a minute. Which way was it? That's the right way. We're going to slip stitch into the stitch with our stitch marker in it. Pop your hook in, grab your loop, pull it through to the loop on your hook. Take out that stitch marker for now. All right, chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're kidding, they're saying. You are kidding. That is a really tight 6. You know, I'm going to take that undone. And, you know, because I'm going to struggle to get my stitch marker in. Guys, don't crochet so tightly. Just heads up. All these years later, like 40-something years later, and I'm still crocheting tightly. All right, so let's pop the hook, the stitch marker in that stitch. Chain 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. What? True. And you're going to go into, if I can get the stitch ready for you, you're going to go into that top of the stitch of your previous double treble thingamajiggy from before. I'm running out of names for them now. Pull through 2 once, pull through 2 twice, pull through 2 3 times, pull through 2 4 times, pull through 2 5 times. What? Chain 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And we're going to do it 4 times. Are we ready? Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Oh my gosh. Grab your very next triple, double, treble thingy jiggy from the row below. Oh, come on, Mary. Let's get more professional. Here we go. More? Let's just get professional. All right. Pull. This doesn't want to work for me. Here we go. Pull a loop through like so. Yarn over, pull through 2 once. Yarn over, pull through 2 twice. Yarn over, pull through 2 3 times. Yarn over, pull through 2 4 times. Yarn over, pull through 2 5 times. And that's your last time. But guess what, guys? I'm not going to let you sit here and watch me do that. That's crazy. That will take us forever. So do yourself a favour and do your chain 15. Yarn over your hook 4 times. Do your stitch. and so on, and get to the end of this row right here, and I will meet you back here right at the spot in a moment. There it is. It's taking a little bit longer now, isn't it? But it's not difficult. It's just fiddly. Like I said, it really is a little bit of a fiddly pattern. All right, we've done our last, whatever that stitch is called there. And what I need to do is chain 15. So that's chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Of the yarn is tugging, that's why I struggled there. Sorry guys. All right, and now from here, yes, you're slip stitching right there. Oh, okay. So I did say that was tight before, and I put a new one in, but still tight. Can you believe it? Oh, here we go. It's not too bad. We're not too bad. Okay, so slip stitch into the stitch with your stitch marker. And don't leave that too loose like I just did. Pull that loop through like so, taking out your stitch marker. You are chaining 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Pop your stitch marker in there. Now I don't know if that was 7 or 8, doesn't matter. Like I said, it's a forgiving pattern. If you make a mistake with one chain, it's not going to be noticed, all right? And for this row, we are chaining 19 across, a big massive chain. So off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Well, this is taking forever. Well, I'm going to be crocheting for like hours off air. All right, so now what you need to do is wrap that yarn around the hook 5 times. Are you ready? Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and 5 times. You need to hold everything there because this is going to twist. Trust me, I've done it before. Pop your hook in. I've done it many times before. Pop your hook in, pull a loop through. You want to know how many loops you've got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2 once. Yarn over, pull through 2 twice. Yarn over 3 times and 4 times and 5 times and 6 times. Wow, massive. Chain 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Look at the size of that. Now, the problem is, by doing it like this, it's going to start looking a little mixed up. So just being careful where you are popping your stitches, all right? It's a little tricky. Let's do this one, and then you're heading off on your own. It's going to take you an hour to watch me do this. All right, are we ready? We're wrapping the yarn around our hook 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Holding it all there. Going into your very next, whatever that stitch is there. Pop your hook in. I'm telling you, I don't know them anymore. They're too much. Pull a loop through. All right, you've got 7 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2 once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and 6 times. And now you're going to chain 19, but not with me. You're going to do this on your own. Now get excited, guys, because you know what? He's almost ready. Now let me show you our little spider. Our little spider. Now we made this guy yesterday on the channel. If you wanted to do this guy, head over to the little link in the description box down below, the very last link you see, and it'll show you how to make this spider. Now my web in our video, when we do it, it will be made in black. so that the red you'll be able to notice it all. I'm just doing it in red online for you guys because black would have been difficult to see. All right, so what I want you to do, head off on your own, repeat this row, get to this very last stitch right here, and I don't even know what the name is of it anymore. Get to that last unnamed stitch right here, and I'll meet you here in a moment. Don't forget, chain 19, yarn around the hook 5 times, all right? Meet me back here and we'll see what's going to happen next. Alrighty guys, here we are at the end of this round, but get excited and I'll tell you why in a minute. Let's just chain our last 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and we are going to slip stitch like we've been doing all along in the stitch with a stitch marker in it. Let's take that out. It's a bit awkward now because it's so so many stitches. Here we go. We're in. Let's get it closer. All right. So, oh, that's probably too close. Sorry, guys. All right. So now we are going to slip stitch through there and in here. Now, guess why? I'm excited because this is our final round. It is a close-up round and we're going to put a tiny little peak on the tops of each main stitch. All right, I don't know what to call them anymore. They've got no name now. They're far too many. All right, so we're going to chain up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, placing your stitch marker, whoops, in the top of that 7th chain right there. Okay, and then you're going to chain across or chain up 23. Okay, so we've gone from 19 to 23. So your chains in the round will be 23. So let's go. I'll do this fast. 1, 22 and 23. All right, now are you ready for this? We are going to wrap the yarn around our hook 6 times. Once, twice, 3, 4, 5 and 6. What? 6 times. All right, now this row is a little different. We're still going to pass all our loops through like normal. So pop your hook in the stitch, pull it through, and then you're going through once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, and 7 times. But you're not going to chain your 23 yet. We're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, let's get a close up for this part here. From here, you're going to pop your hook back in the stitch that you were in, pull the loop through, and pull it through to the loop on your hook. Now I'm going to take that undone and do it again so you can see it. We'll do it nice and close so that you can see. Well, don't come undone stitch. I don't want to do this one again. It's far too difficult. All right, so we are chaining 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let me show you exactly where I'm popping the hook. Right in the same stitch that we are in, pulling a loop through and pulling the same loop through to the loop on our hook, chain 23. Let's bring that out again. 1, 2, 3. We'll pop this on fast. 22, 23. All right, so lay everything out again, making sure you're doing all this right because this is the last round. All right, and you don't want to mess this up because there's so many stitches involved. All right, so what are we doing? We're wrapping the yarn around our hook 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Jumping into the very next stitch. Pull the loop through. Here we go. Pull through 2 once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times and 7 times. And then from here we're chaining 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to pop right into the same stitch, pull a loop through and pull it through to the loop you are in. I'm just going to chain 1 and 2 and 3 for a minute. That'll remind me to do the next 20 later. All right, off air. But for now, this is the look you're going for. Each one of your little sections there will now have that tiny little peak. Now these little peaks here, you're going to use that to sew into or attach to anything you have outside. For me, this is going to be sewed into my fly screen on the front door. All right, so guess what you're going to do? What? You're going to head off on your own. You are going to chain 23 across, do the loop around your hook 6 times, pull it through 7 times, then do a chain 5, slip stitch back into that stitch and do the whole thing again. So continue to do that all the way around, get back to here and get ready for closing up. Alrighty guys, here we are at the end of the row and I've actually chained my last 23 to get ready to join. So go ahead and chain your 23 and we're going to go ahead and join now. Alright, so first thing we do is, as we've been doing all along, we pop our hook in that slip stitch right there. I was going to say I wanted to take my stitch marker out, but there you go. We're in. Grabbing your thread, pulling it through that loop, yes, and then pulling it through to the loop on your hook like you've been doing along all this time. However, every other one of these have got this little peak kind of a thing. This one doesn't have it, so we're going to put that in now. Chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hear the excitement in my voice, guys, because once you slip stitch into that stitch, pull a loop through, pull it through to the loop you are in. You are going to pull up your thread. Long thread, doesn't matter how long. We're going to use some of that. Oops, I'm going to use some of that. It fell off the table. I'm going to use some of that to sew onto my door frame, and you can do whatever you want and however you want to do it. That's fine. But I'm going to use that one there to sew. But there you go. And there's my little web complete. And yours should look something like, can I bring it out any further? I can't. Should look something like that. Now that will stretch really, really wide. Okay, it will stretch, trust me. This is our final project of our Halloween gear. And check out all those gorgeous items right there on the screen. Aren't they gorgeous? And of course, you guys, my regulars, would already know this, that our pumpkin is my favorite of the Halloween series. Everything else is gorgeous, but I love that pumpkin. We are going to be putting all these items together and having a very funny video put together just for you. Anyway, here we are at the end of this project. Don't forget, you either need to weave in your ends and attach your piece some other way, or you can use that top end and the middle end in there to attach it to wherever you need to attach it. All right, thank you for watching, and guess what, guys, happy Halloween. Ciao for now.